Covering topics of the day, from politics to pop culture. This is Soapbox Talk on Channel 104.
And hello, welcome to Soapbox Talk. Yes, we are a little late, but better late than never, right? Sociably late, maybe not?
February 23rd, 2014.
Oh, hold on. Let me, hold on. I had to get you a little better situated here on the control board so I could hear you a little bit better. But yes, today is February 23rd. It is a Sunday. If you don't know that, I don't know what to tell you. February 23rd, and the year is, what year is it? 2014, I think.
Yes. First off, I'd like to give a big, before we move any further on the show, I have to do this today. Big congratulations to Rich.
Oh, thank you.
4 years.
4 years clean and serene. That is correct. It was a very exciting day on Friday. I got to interview a young lady who's open for some great names like Rascal Flatts, Eli Young Band, Alan Jackson, by the name of Chelsea Cricht. She's probably the next big thing. She's with the Universal label, one of their side labels, and but also on Friday, I celebrated my 4 years of being clean and serene.
And also on yesterday, I spent a few hours at the Rich Strunk Memorial Hospital.
Oh, be quiet. They call it that because back in the day when I was so messed up, I spent so much time there that they joke around that based on my insurance premiums being paid to the hospital that I was that they should have established a wing of the hospital after me. So the family jokes and calls it the Rich Strunk Memorial Wing at St. Elizabeth, Florence. But in reality, I'm glad I'm not that same person anymore. I'm glad to be clean. I'm a whole new person. Feel 10 times better. Yes, I still have some health issues, but I've learned to deal with it without having to take a narcotic painkiller. And
also,
pretty awesome.
You still are prone to fires.
I still am highly prone. I'm still highly prone to fires. Yes. As a matter of fact, I think during the Chelsea Cricht interview, I set my ass on fire again, but I don't want to talk about it as I have post-rich trauma stress disorder from that event. But if you can't joke yourself, you can't laugh at yourself. Who can you laugh at?
Yeah,
right?
I was at the hospital yesterday because Dad.
Yep.
Used to play a character on the show.
He's a real person, but he played some characters on the show, and every now and then you will still hear him in the background trying to pipe in. Oh, it's Dr. Philip. And
Dad was in the hospital. He went Friday night, had some chest pains. It was pretty scary. He's on blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
And as you know, blood pressure medicine has side effects ranging from
headaches to sleepiness,
dry mouth, all the way to death.
And
he started getting chest pains and his head felt hot and stuff. And so he went to the hospital and they went ahead and admitted him Friday night, and he stayed there all day yesterday. But everything came back good. They gave him a nitroglycerin patch, which basically caused him to have one of the worst headaches in his life. And of course, when I went into the room, I could have thought he was dead because he was like covered up in a blanket and he wasn't really moving. And then I heard him breathe.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor, that wouldn't.
And then I heard him snore, so I kind of figured he was awake. But he didn't really feel like being social. But once they took that patch off, his headache went away.
Yeah. Nitro. I've had nitro. I can tell you because I have heart problems run in our family, and I can tell you that it can be very painful. I actually have a bottle here at the house in case I start having chest pains, and I do not even want to take them because you just know that it's going to incite a god-awful, horrible headache of extreme magnitude.
And that's what Dad was experiencing. They brought him home. He's supposed to take it easy for the next day, and then he is going tomorrow to get a stress test.
And I'm glad he's doing okay. We've been worried about him, been praying for him, and thanks to everybody, by the way, outside of our family for the prayers, and glad he's doing better, and glad he's home, glad he's resting, and just a big thanks to all those.
Now, they're doing a nuclear stress test tomorrow. I have no idea what that is, but are they going to, inject biohazards?
Well, I should practically, with my past experience as a drug addict and having worked for a pharmaceutical company and having all kinds of health problems myself, I should probably already be just an MD. It should just be a title at the end of my name. A nuclear stress test is when they take nuclear fluid and they give it to you in an IV so that they can see all the capillaries and how everything opens up and and all that. So that's they also give it to you, I believe, so you do not have to like get on a which it's pretty hilarious. I've only had to do it once because I'm just in such bad shape physically in a lot of regards that I think they like to do it to like laugh for a few minutes, and then they're like, okay, no, we just need to give you the chemical stuff. But anyway, they take it and they inject your body with dye, so that's part of the nuclear medicine. So it's like an X-ray, because X-rays are related to nuclear, it involves nuclear stuff.
Yes. So is my dad gonna like light up like a Christmas tree or something?
Probably yes, and but at the same time, I think that also means that they're going to give him a stress test where he does not have to get up and walk on a. Now I might be wrong about that part, but where he has to walk on like a treadmill, and I forgot for a second what one of those was, so I had to think about it. Walk on a treadmill and some things like that, but. I think I almost would rather walk on the treadmill, because when they put the stuff in your arm, then when they give you the fluid, it speeds up your heart, and I'm telling you, you really feel like you really honestly do feel like you're having a heart attack. It's really scary, and I don't like it. But generally,
he hates needles.
But generally, with me, they're like, "Can you walk a little faster?" Okay, go a little faster, and I'm like, "I can't," and I'm not overweight. I'm actually, I was at one time. I've lost a lot of weight since I got clean.
You have the park stuff though. So.
Well, I lost when I got clean. I put on a bunch of weight, and I ballooned to about 200 pounds. But I'm only, keep in mind, I'm only 5'5", and that's if I'm really pushing it. I'm always 5'6", 5'7" when I'm standing against Caleb, because Caleb's always like, aha, I'm 12 and I'm taller than you. And so I always have to like put on high shoes and, like in Annie's high heels and stuff, just because I like want Caleb to think I'm taller than him, because when it comes to disciplining a 12-year-old and they're taller than you, it gets a little shady. But anyway, so I'm about 5'5", 5'4" on a short day, and I'm not real tall, and so now I'm down to about 155. So I've lost a whole lot of weight, and I'm doing really good. But I'm just not. Me and treadmills and exercise machines don't generally get along, which is kind of how I probably ended up in this shape to begin with.
Yeah, well, it goes well with me, but if I, like, go for a long time without working out, then when I try and work out, like, especially if I, like, get on a bike or something, my legs are in so much pain afterwards.
Now I'm a sports lover, like I understand football. Like, I'm not like your dad. Your dad is hilarious to be at a football game or a basketball game.
Yeah.
I understand the concept of sports. I like sports, but I've never really been much of an athlete. And if you want proof of this, all we need to do is interview someone that was in one of my gym classes in high school. They could tell you some stories.
Robin, call us right now.
I don't think Robin was ever in a gym class of mine. My friend Tom
McCafferty.
Wasn't in
any classes.
Tom McCafferty, he was. He could probably tell you some funny stories. But anyway, so, and it's really funny because one of my best friends from my senior class is Kim Rodenbaugh, who was an Olympic athlete. And so, I joke with her all the time because she is like, both, one of her sons plays college football. The other one is a high school athlete. She's got a daughter who's an athlete. She's got 3 kids, and and I think her husband's an athlete too. He's also a Southern Baptist minister. His name is Ben. But they, but she, God, I love that girl. But I joke with her all the time about my athletic ability, and she has a good laugh out of it. But anyway, and then Julie.
On today's show, we have a great show. We are doing a special segment of Vital Rewind since I wasn't able to be on the show to do it Friday.
Yeah. And also, snake handling preachers. What do you think?
Yes, Death of the Star of a show on National Geographic Channel, Snake Salvation. We'll talk about that. Plus, Rich gets on his soapbox about Arizona.
I get on my soapbox about Arizona, and I'm mad, believe it or not, I'm mad at the president. And people know that I have not always... I've tended to back up this president a lot of times, and I know I have a lot of haters out there for it, but I have because I as a one-time Republican turned independent turned Democrat, I always say the Republican Party turned on me. I didn't turn on them. So, but I do
bashes the president today.
I do bash the president a bit today. So we will do that, and it has to do with not ever negotiating with terrorists. I don't care what the situation is. You don't negotiate with terrorists. We'll talk about that a little bit. Also, the Beebs is no longer wanted in the Buckhead section of Atlanta. They have officially said never come back. And let's see, what else are we going to talk about today?
Right now, it's time for weekend birthdays.
And it's time for weekend birthdays, which means Rich will make a fool out of himself. Here we go. Wait, Mitch, can you sing the happy birthday? Wait, Mitch wants to sing the happy birthday song, because you know Mitch works on Sundays too. I can't believe you from, I cannot believe that you from the left when you should be from the right. I love Ted Cruz. He my hero. A happy birthday to you. A happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You know, I was once on American Idol. To you. Happy birthday for Mitch. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mitch. Mitch, our internet producer there. Do we want to call him a producer yet? No, he's really just an intern. I think I'm glorifying his position a little bit. Oh, you said it, I producer now. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Oh, no, I've created a monster, Taylor. Anyway, so it's time for birthdays. Go ahead, hit me up. Here we go. Are you there?
Yes,
Hello?
Oh, if I can find the list.
What did you do with it? He's having a rich moment.
Here we go.
Yeah. You ready? I'm ready, whenever you are. Geez, I could look them up by this quickly and know what they are, even. But I won't do that because I'm not a cheetah. Are you there, Taylor? Wait, I bet I can pull up...
All right, I'm ready. The first birthday thing, he's the announcer for one of my favorite TV shows, Saturday Night Live.
Don Pardo. Pardo.
Don Pardo.
We were just talking about John Party. That's why I had Party in my... Don Pardo, yes, I should know that. How old?
96.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that puts it in perspective. Okay, go ahead. Continue. Hello.
Next one, he is an actor. He was on a show in the 90s called Twin Peaks.
Oh, my gosh. I remember the show, but I don't remember anybody that was in the show, so I'm already going to just throw in the towel and go, not going to get it.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh, Kyle MacLachlan, of course. I would have thought of that.
He is 55 today.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Kyle.
Next one, she is an actress. She is an actress and comedian. She's best known for being on Saturday Night Live.
Is she a living Saturday Night Live alumni or a dead?
Yes, a living. She left the show back in the mid-2000s. She played Denise in the Boston Teen sketches, Zazu. What else did she do?
Oh, Lord. Dag flap.
She played Debbie Downer.
She played Debbie Downer. I think her mom, if I'm thinking right, her mother was Minnie Riperton, but I can't think of her name for some...
Rachel Dratch.
No, it was not. No, that was... But I love Rachel, and so, yeah, cool. Okay, that was not who I was thinking of. But go ahead.
But anyway, Rachel Dratch is 48 today. Moving on down the list, next birthday, these were yesterday, by the way. She's an actress. First role was playing Gertie in E.T., had some substance abuse issues in the 80s. She's hot.
She was around in the 80s, and you still consider her hot. You need help.
No, she's hot now.
She's hot now? Oh, you're not talking... It's not Drew Barrymore, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I thought she just had a birthday a few weeks ago. Anyway, go ahead.
Is 49 today.
She's another recovering addict.
Yes,
Good for
that's
her.
why I said that.
Been very open about it, like I have. Very good. Okay, continue.
Another birthday from yesterday. He is a singer. He had a hit song in 2005 called "Feel Beautiful."
I could not even understand that. Could you attempt to do that?
His song was called "You're Beautiful."
Oh, James Blunt. Blount.
Yes, James Blunt is 37 today. Moving on to today's celebrity birthdays. First one, he is an actor and director. He's related to Jane and Bridget, I think.
Peter Fonda.
Yes, Peter Fonda is 74 today.
Very good. Happy birthday, Peter. God, he's getting old.
She's an actress known for her role as the mom on Home Improvement.
Oh, man, this is just wrong. I know who it is, and I can't think of it.
Patricia Richardson.
Yes.
She's 63 today.
Happy birthday to her. Okay. Who else?
Moving on, next one, he is a actor and a Broadway performer. He his big Broadway role is the role of Elder Cunningham in the Book of Mormon.
Do you mean the
play?
play?
You have no idea, do you?
You mean the play? I know
Book of Mormon. He was in Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
He played Elder Cunningham.
Yes, I have no idea. No.
Josh Gad.
Who?
Is 33 today.
Who is he?
Next one, he is the comedian, one of my favorite comedians. He's Indian American.
He's an Indian?
Indian American. He's on the show Parks and Recreation.
Oh, I can't think of his name, too, and I like him a lot. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's very hilarious.
Yeah. Not a clue. Go ahead.
Aziz Ansari.
Oh, Aziz, I'm sorry. Okay.
Aziz.
Aziz, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Aziz. I'm sorry.
31 years
I'm
old
sorry.
today.
I did not know your birthday, Aziz. I'm sorry.
And the last birthday, she was a child actress. I don't know if she's done anything lately, but she was in movies like Flight Plan, The Cat in the Hat. What else was she in? Very popular child actor. She was in that movie Hound Dog.
Was she at Disney? Was she on Disney too?
No.
I thought maybe she was. I thought maybe she was on Wizards of. Well, people probably think I'm a freak because I know Disney shows, but I live with two nephews who are.
No, it's not Bailey
10.
Madison.
It's not Bailey.
She has a sister named Elle.
Elle. She has a actual sister named Elle. I have no idea. Boy, I'm botching.
Dakota Fanning.
Oh, God, I love her too. How could I mess that up?
She is 20 years old today.
What? Nuh-uh. Get out of town. Wow, she seems like she was just a kid yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple Facebook friend birthdays today from my Facebook page. I want to say happy birthday to Jeff Ernst and to Larry Myman. Tomorrow is Darlene Springman's big day. You know who Darlene is?
Katrina Springman's mom.
Katrina Springman's mom. It's funny.
And another birthday tomorrow is Joaquin Consuelos.
Oh, Joaquin Consuelos. Happy birthday. So
You don't even know who he is.
I have not a clue. Who the hell is he? Who is he?
He's Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa's son.
Oh, you mean from Kelly and Michael?
Yeah, she was talking about his birthday on Friday.
How old is he now?
11.
Man, time flies.
Yeah.
Did you? But just before we go to break, did you see the video of Brian Williams from the Tonight Show?
Yes, I did.
And Kathy Lee was in it. Speaking of, she was the former star before Kelly came along. It was Kathy Lee and Regis, And that was hilarious. But
yeah, and now Kathy Lee and Hoda like to drink wine and get drunk.
I think Kathy Lee and Hoda need to take a lesson from Uncle Rich in that if you're drinking wine at 10 o'clock in the morning on national TV, you might need help. It's very possible. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. But those two, they are a hoot together. But I don't necessarily like seeing people do that on national TV at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just kind of a turnoff for me. I don't know. But anyway, we've got more Soapbox Talk. Go ahead. Anything else?
Yes, Joe likes drinking wine at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, but Joe is not here to comment. But Joe likes anything to do with wine, alcohol, getting dressed up, anything at 10 o'clock in the morning. But he's not here today, so he's continuing to get ready for his part on RuPaul's Drag Queen. So
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, did I say Drag Queen? I meant Drag Race because it's a bunch of drag queens. Anyway, we will talk more here in just a minute, including we're going to speak about those snake handling preachers. Breaking news out of Tennessee this week. We'll talk all about that next. It is the Soapbox Talk Show on Gizmo Media Station Channel 104. More in a moment. Stay close.
His best music from today and the 2K.
And I pray someday that you
and today.
Sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we hear was the radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101. We're the station playing yesterday's throwbacks and today's jams. This is the new Jams 102. WBLZ.
TMD Cincinnati, a Gizmo Media Station. We've been planning, and you've been waiting. It's time for a brand new radio station, custom designed with two in mind. Finally, a radio station she and he can agree on. True music variety that sounds just like this.
Only wanna be with you.
Finally, the wait is over. This is the new River 103, true music variety of soft rock and roll favorites both of you can agree on. Turn it up. This is the new River 103.
It's your conversation. Get on your soapbox and tell us what you think. This is the Soapbox Talk Channel 104.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Mitch is messing the board up today. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it very much. Anyway, it is Soapbox Talk.
Guess what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. What about it?
The Fosters comes on tomorrow night.
Oh boy, here he goes. Taylor's been trying to get me to watch The Fosters for the longest time. I've been taping episodes, but there's only one problem. Watching it this afternoon will be difficult because Snapped is on, and we all know that I spend my Sundays watching Snapped.
AKA Jodi Arias' stuff.
They actually had Jodi Arias a Snapped special on Jodi Arias. I don't know why I have this infatuation with the show, but I do. On Sundays, I tune it over to Oxygen and I watch Snapped. I guess I'm just a little weird like that. I don't know. But I think psychologically I like to see what makes these crazy women's minds, crank.
Yeah, well, guess what is on TNT right now?
What? What's that?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, I bet you're loving that.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep. Anyway, topic number 1 tonight is American Idol. We didn't get to do the Idol Rewind on Friday's show because we had Chelsea Kreitz in, and Taylor also.
I was working.
Taylor was working, shoveling ice cream, and all that other good stuff. But so we're down to the top 13, and
yes.
Were there any disappointments that you thought should have made it that didn't make it?
Well, out of the, I first want to say, I got, out of the 13 that made it, I only missed 3.
Yeah, I thought Spencer would make it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
That was kind of my big...
That's why I missed 4.
Yeah.
I didn't predict Dexter would make it, I didn't predict Kristen would make it, and I didn't predict Majesty would make it.
Yeah. Of course, I don't know. You know, after watching, I know I was big on the Sam Wolf kid, but after watching performances the past couple of days, he's good. But what disturbs me a little bit is that he, and a lot of good singers do stay obviously within a certain range, but it just doesn't seem to me like Sam really belts anything out. Everything is pretty safe that he does. And so I'm now thinking, I may be rethinking the whole Sam Wolf is going to win it. I like him. I know the kids love him. The girls especially love him. He's a nice looking boy.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dexter would win. Dexter Roberts.
I like Caleb Johnson to win. I think he's incredible.
Yeah, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
Ben Briley's good.
Yeah.
Jessica, I do not like Jessica Muse one bit. I was very, very, very disappointed.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. But I figured the Spencer kid would make it. I mean, I thought he was I thought he was pretty good, and I don't know why they gave him a hard time over the song that he chose to sing the other night, because I thought he did a pretty good job with it, and I think it had a really special message. But they seem to. Of course, he's I guess partially from Thailand, or I'm not sure, but I know there's a lot of references to Thailand in him. But also, he's a youth minister, not a youth minister. He's actually a music minister at his church. And I actually saw people commenting, well, he didn't get voted in because he's a religious person, so to speak. But all I got to say is 2 words for that are Colton Dixon. So I don't think that had anything to do with it. But the judges did not seem happy with his choice of song for some reason. I really didn't think it was that bad. I thought that kid would make it.
It seems like Terry Conner Jr. is never happy.
You know, but I love it when he gives his little music lessons on the show, because it's not something that we've seen, and he actually gives really constructive criticism. To me, he's a really good coach. I mean, he's the kind of coach I would want somebody to be straightforward with me. But I also, if there was something about music theory that I knew that I thought the world could benefit from, I'd give him a little lesson like he did the other 9 with a 9. No, that the guy, I can't remember who did it. But, you know, Harry Connick pointed that out. I like him.
Jackson.
Now, I know Randy Jackson, yeah, you know, he's a mentor on the show. I guess he replaced Jimmy Iovine. And he also had Adam Lambert this past week. And
they are helping out, and Chris Daughtry. And then I forgot who the stage coach was, the movement coach, but she did a good job. They have a spiritual advisor on the show.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Who is that?
I am the spiritual advisor.
Yes, that's what I figured. From the big show, Dr. Patel. Anyway, so it was okay. I'm pretty happy, but I could be happier with the top 13. What about you? I guess you pretty much just summed that up too, didn't you?
Yeah, there could have been some changes, but this week's theme is interesting. It seems like they're making the themes cryptic this season. Like the theme this week is "This is me."
This is me. Yeah, it's not hard to understand. That you know.
I'm guessing just a song that represents him as an artist.
Yeah, or as a person. Yep. I could see that. I can see that for sure. So anyway, we're going to come back on the top.
I'm wanting Dexter Roberts to come out and sing like a really, really cool rock and country song. That's what I like about him. We haven't had a really big rock and country singer on the show.
Yeah.
It seems like every single country singer that has been on the show, kind of been dull.
Yeah. That would
or,
be.
Doesn't really like to stage up. But I wouldn't be. But Dexter Roberts, there's just something about him I like.
I don't think he's going to win.
I like to see him come out and sing "Boys Around Here."
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's good. But that would be awesome to see. Awesome to see him do that. That would be for sure. And so anyway, that's Idle Rewind. Coming up, we talk about snake handling preachers. This ought to be good. It's Soapbox Talk on the new Buzz 101. Not the new Buzz 101. On the new Soapbox Talk channel 104. I forget where I am again. More coming up. Stay close.
From today and the 2K.
Me and mine. And I pray someday that you
And
will
today.
be you. Sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we hear was the radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101. We're the station playing yesterday's throwbacks and today's jams. This is the new Jams 102.
TMP Cincinnati,
WBLC.
a Gizmo media station. We've been planning, and you've been waiting. It's time for a brand new radio station, custom designed with two in mind. Finally, a radio station she and he can agree on. True music variety that sounds just like this.
Only wanna be with you. Tonight, we are young. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know.
Finally, the wait is over. This is the new River 103, true music variety of soft rock and roll favorites both of you can agree on. Turn it up. This is the new River 103.
It's your conversation. Get on your soapbox and tell us what you think. This is the Soapbox Talk Channel 104.
Hello, welcome back. It's Uncle Rich and Taylor. Let me get Taylor situated here. So, last weekend, I don't know if you saw, but there was a preacher in Tennessee who,
34 degrees outside right now, and it is snowing for anybody in our
meteorologist
Cincinnati area.
Taylor Parks is filling in for Chip Triplesec today. I wonder what his forecast would say. Just curious. Who knows what old Chip would have?
I figured it was going to be more like a
Blizzard?
a blizzard. But
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because you can never get the forecast right now. Can you, Chip? Gotta love that man, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, hey, Chip, you ever handle snakes?
Yeah.
For what reason?
At the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh, you saw them at the Cincinnati Zoo.
No, I handled one.
Oh, you
I
ha-
handled a Burmese python
Oh,
by
great.
myself.
Great. Wonderful.
Cut
Yeah.
off circulation in my brain.
Yeah, that's probably why you can't do a forecast anymore. Anyway, so there's this preacher who was on, what was the name of that show, Taylor, on National
Snake
Geographic?
Foundation.
Snakes by the way, snakes just scare the hell out of me, so I stay
I
as
don't
far
have
away.
a problem with snakes, but this
Oh,
is I mean,
Yes, we know, because,
controversial because these people practice snake handling.
yeah.
In their
yeah.
church, stating that, you know, if they're like a believer or whatever, if the snake bites them,
It's
they
God's,
pray and everything,
it's God's
they'll be
will,
healed
and it's also God's will if you die from a snake bite. But they actually featured another church where they do it. This kid was like 21 years old, was a preacher. It was on CNN the other day, and he was standing around, and this lady who had never handled a snake before in her life, like they make it look like they're freaking, I don't even know how to describe it, but they just like cusp them in their hand and they like shake them all over the place. I'm like, really? I mean, why do these snakes... You would think they would bite every single one, because if somebody picked me up and was handling me like that, it'd be over for them, especially if I was a snake. But they just let them drop by, and they shake them like they're tambourines or something. I mean, I know that the verse that they're talking about in the Bible refers to, praising God with serpents. I'll have to look it up, but I mean, I've read the Bible. I know
that doesn't mean venomous serpents.
Yeah, never does it ever say, hey, you should hold a rattler. Once again, one of those misunderstood things in the Bible. But
anyway, the guy, Jamie Coote, he died.
Yeah. And his dad died the same way.
And it seems like the church is still going to continue to...
And you know what's funny? The guy's dad died the same way in his 40s from handling a rattlesnake. Now, you lost your dad when you were a kid because he was handling rattlesnakes, and now you're going to handle them, and it wasn't the first time the guy got bit. I just don't understand. You know, you're going to have kids in the church. You're going to have, you know, I don't understand the logic behind it. Do you?
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, it's completely unheard of. It really is. And, well, not unheard of, but I mean, it's just not I mean, could you imagine Todd Toole with a bunch of snakes, our preacher, on Sunday morning?
No.
That would be, yeah, that would not, and then hand them out to your dad and everybody in the band and Kent and... But very, very, very interesting that this continues. In fact, so bad, it's illegal in Tennessee.
Kind of, you know, it has to stop. They have to figure something out to keep these people from getting these snakes. Like, there has to be some sort of law against it.
Well, there are laws. And I'm surprised not more has been done at this point. There is a law that's specifically in the state of Tennessee where this man was bit that says you cannot handle snakes at a church service. So I don't know what they will do with it in terms of what the law is, but I would think that anybody that would knowingly allow or sit there and watch someone to handle a rattlesnake like that and not report it could be liable for some sort of, I don't know, maybe manslaughter. I don't know. But clearly, you know, somebody shouldn't be just doing something that's, and it's of a danger to someone. I would think that someone would try to do it amazes me what people don't do when they see somebody doing something wrong. They don't get help. They don't do anything for them. They just like, go ahead, handle that snake. But very, very scary situation. And again, one of those single line scriptures in the Bible that people try to take, miss, swing it around, put it this way, put it that way.
Yeah,
you know, much like
we've
seen in Leviticus. So we hear all kinds of stories about Leviticus. Anyway, go ahead.
In another scary situation, they're in a hotel. 1 dead and 27 being treated for carbon monoxide poisoning.
What, in a hotel?
You said you.
No, it wasn't in a hotel. It was actually in a restaurant. In Long Island. I'm trying to think of the name of the restaurant. I just saw it a little while ago. But also there was a cheesecake factory there, too, and people got sick in the cheesecake factory. They found the manager of the restaurant dead in the basement from carbon monoxide, and they had to treat a number of people. They had to even treat firefighters and police. I mean, it was apparently a really bad leak. And what's really scary is I was watching them talk to this lady, and she's talking about having a drink at the bar, and I'm thinking, okay.
I guess, or maybe some eggs or something.
I mean, like, Uzi, wouldn't you think that would be very dangerous to keep drinking a bottle of wine while there's a carbon monoxide leak? Because if you're going to pass out, the wine's only going to help you pass out that much quicker. Didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Especially if you're Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yeah. Maybe they could take a lesson from this. But anyway, so yeah, that was rather scary as well last night up in Long Island, hearing about that.
The scary thing is, I have no idea what carbon monoxide smells like.
You don't, because it's an odorless gas. Therein lies the problem. That's why so many people die from carbon monoxide poisoning. People also use it to commit suicide. They'll lock their car in the garage and turn it on, and the fumes, which is crazy. But people do that. You still hear about it to this day. But carbon monoxide is.
I'm scared.
People are like, you just go to. Yeah, you just go to sleep. You know, but no, I'm sure there's got to be more involved in that. But I know it can make you deathly sick. Anyway, we've got past the snake handling preachers. Idle rewind coming up next. Oh my gosh.
No, we already did Idle Rewind.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We've done those too. But coming up next, I'm about to get myself in trouble because I'm going to refer to...
You're about to get your soapbox on.
I'm about to get my soapbox on. That's all I got to say. And it has something to do with being wrong and not right. We'll be right back. It is Soapbox Talk on Channel 104.
Gizmo Media Station. We've been planning, and you've been waiting. It's time for a brand new radio station custom designed with two in mind. Finally, a radio station she and he can agree on. True music variety that sounds just like this.
Only wanna be with you. Tonight, we are young. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mister on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know.
Finally, the wait is over. This is the new River 103. True music variety of soft rock and roll favorites both of you can agree on. Turn it up. This is the New River 103.
Welcome to the all-new Buzz 101, your home for today's new country. This is the Buzz. Fresh new country. This is America's favorite music. This is the all-new
This
Buzz
is what you'll
101.
hear inside 102 minutes of back-in-the-day throwbacks and today's jams.
I'ma ride for my, most likely I'ma die for my.
It's 102 minutes of non-stop throwbacks and jams. The all-new Jams 102 makes you move.
Covering topics of the day, from politics to pop culture. This is Soapbox Talk on Channel 104.
And we are back. It is Soapbox Talk for your Sunday. And Taylor, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I'm ready to get up on my soapbox. Really just tired of hate. Hate. Nothing around God should ever involve hate. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying. So, this past week, the state of Arizona passes a law that basically gives anyone...
Yeah, first of all, I'm going to...
Go ahead.
What is in Arizona's air? Because it seems like they're probably the most narrow-minded state ever.
They are, and it strikes me as very odd because Arizona is it's on the border. There are a lot of immigrants that end up in Arizona from down in Mexico. It's right next to California, and as a native Californian, a lot of my ideas and beliefs certainly came even from my young childhood there, and your grandma Strunks, but who was lived in California half her life almost, but. I don't get it. You know, and people like John McCain, who I actually think a lot of John McCain. People will probably be stunned by that, but I actually like John McCain because he says how he feels, but he also...
Somebody call an exorcist rich like John McCain.
And he always makes an effort to be inclusive to everyone, irregardless of party. He's known for, and a lot of right wingers don't like him because he really has a tendency to want to work with those on the left. And even those on the further right. He's a man of negotiation, a man of principle, and so I do like him. But then I have to look at the situation, and I have to. Now, I didn't vote for him for president, but nonetheless, as a person and as a legislator, I do like him. But what the heck is this Jan Brewer been drinking, or who's Joe Arpaio out there? I mean, this new law, which I think they've also recently passed or are trying to pass in the state of Kansas, basically says that you have the right to deny service to anyone if it interferes in your religious beliefs, if it interferes in your quote-unquote religious freedoms. So, you know...
So basically, Chick-fil-A's allowed to turn away gay people now.
Yeah, in the state of Arizona, it's not just limited to gay people, though. It's limited to anybody that doesn't agree with you. You can turn away anybody, but let's not fool ourselves. This was done because... people wanted a forum to discriminate against gay people. It's called the anti-gay bill for a reason. And, you know, whether you agree with the lifestyle, and some people say don't even call it a lifestyle. Some people say people are born that way. But the thing about it is anytime you discriminate, and what makes me so mad is this guy in Dallas, Texas, who did the speech on the whole Michael Sam thing coming out that made such strong head. He hit it on the nail when he says, you know, I find it very weird that the people who say government is too large want to turn around and regulate the government in your bedroom. It is the biggest, and he said it. And now this is a sportscaster in Dallas, Texas, not a young guy by any means. Has agreed himself, even said himself that he's not always agreed with the gay lifestyle, if that's what you want to call it, or somebody being gay. But he has stood up for what he now believes in, and he says he did it because he wants his kids to have a better tomorrow. But he hit it on the nail when he said that. The very same group of people that want to tell you the government should be smaller when it comes to, what about that? What about a gay person or a black person or I should say African American or a Chinese person? Why should you have the right to discriminate anybody in those regards? And what it's leading to is really leading to a backlash in Arizona. People want to leave the state. They were going to get the Super Bowl. There's now talk of the Super Bowl in Arizona being canceled. I really get upset, and I'm going to coin this phrase, and I'll probably make some people mad, but once again, this is my soapbox, so I really don't care. The religious right, as they are called, has just simply turned into the religious wrong. I don't understand how you can sit and profess to be a Christian. I am a Christian. I read the Bible. The biggest message in the Bible, especially the New Testament, is love. It doesn't say just love your straight neighbor or your white Anglo-Saxon Protestant neighbor. It says love your neighbor as yourself. The recurring theme in the Bible, in the New Testament in particular, is love. It is not hate. There should be no room for hatred in allow somebody to turn someone away because they've done. That's discrimination. That's there. But what really upsets me is all the anti-gay proponents are like, well, no, this isn't about gay people. Yes, it is. Just like you all trying to continuously stop gay marriage. How does this affect you? How does it affect you what somebody else chooses to do in their personal life? If you're that caught up on it, then you've got some sort of issue in yourself that you need to look at. And I say it all the time.
Yeah.
People aren't just homophobic for a reason. And so it's disturbing to see that this whole hatred thing just continues to spew from people. Stop talking about how great you are as a Christian. Stop being a hypocrite and not loving someone because they're different than you. There is nothing more clear in the Bible than that. Love, love, love. Love. Faith, hope, and love. That's what you should have. And when you take steps like this, you are not, it's kind of like the whole death penalty thing. I'm not completely, I think in certain cases it may be warranted, but people sit and preach about abortion and say which I am pro-life myself, don't get me wrong, but you cannot speak about abortion and then turn around and say you believe in the death penalty because you believe in the sanctity of life. You can't do that. It's hypocrisy. And it just disturbs me. And and politicians, especially Republican politicians, are so scared of what I call the religious wrong, because they don't want to lose those votes, and it's really saddening and it's sickening, and it just really disturbs me. Whether I agree with a lifestyle or a person's choice of being gay, first of all, I have a lot of gay friends, so I support them in what they do. But why is it such a big, and I hear this argument, well, then that means 2 dogs can get married, and that means 2 cats can get married. Really? You're going to draw an analogy like that? That's just that's crazy. That people, that states are that the government, the courts aren't
allowed in public places. So how the hell could they get married in the first place?
Exactly. And I just don't get it. When people talk about their religious freedoms, or I always see, like, we had the whole debacle with the Chick-fil-A thing and the Phil Robertson thing from Duck Dynasty. I know there are people who are religious that feel shied, and maybe for good reason. Like, they're the ones who are being hated on because they're standing up. But in this country, we have freedom. And freedom, we have the right to freedom of religion. It's in the Constitution. You have the right to be whatever religion you want, or no religion at all if you want. And yet they are preaching about how these things are messing up their religious freedom. So what about the religious freedom of the individual in America? Honestly, what about that? They have people who are born in this country that are citizens of this country have freedoms too. And if they don't line up with yours, then you hate on them. And that's just wrong. I'm so tired of the hatred that I hear spewed from politicians' mouths. This Ted Nugent thing, even though I'm going to talk about how I'm mad at Obama in a few minutes, to call someone, and I'm not even going to repeat it because it's sickening. Absolutely sickening. Even if I don't, like I said, I'm a little upset with Obama today. I have been an Obama supporter before, but he's doing some things that kind of upset me here in these days, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But look, just stop the hatred. That's really stop making people feel like they're not an American citizen because you can't ask for religious freedoms by trying to limit somebody else's freedoms. That's not government. That's not democracy. That's not how it works. And the courts over and over again are holding up to that. So stop hating. Just stop hating. It burns my butt every single time I hear it and see it. And that comment by Ted Nugent and all that stuff just this past week, and this Arizona law, now they're trying to pass it in Kansas. Gosh, why? What purpose does it? And it's driving businesses away. It's going to drive the Super Bowl away from Arizona. Why? Mm-hmm. If you want your religious freedoms, then you should not have an issue with somebody else having their choice of life freedoms. They both entail the same thing. And courts repeatedly, over and over and over, continue to say that discrimination against anybody, whether they're religious, whether they're gay, whether they're straight, whether they're African American, discrimination is just wrong in any form. And so I agree that people on the religious right should be allowed to express themselves the way that they believe. This is America. But I also think that the same thing holds true for anybody that isn't in the religious right. They should have a right to have their voice heard, too. They are American. They deserve their freedoms. And I know lots of really good gay Christian people, so I don't care if you hate on me for it, but start learning some love. You really want to emulate what the Bible says? Then do it. Express love to everybody. You may not agree with them, and I'm not saying you have to agree with them, but the Bible says you have to love them. People better start doing it. That's all I got to say. Anyway, so there's my soapbox. I'm probably in all kinds of trouble, but you know what? Hey, it's all right. Coming up, a Mexican cartel drug lord is behind bars today. We'll tell you why they're concerned about it, and we'll also talk a little bit more about the whole issue. It's coming up. It's the all-new Buzz 101, Jams 102, River 103, Channel 104, Soapbox Talk. More in a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Welcome to the all-new Buzz 101, your home for today's new country. This is the Buzz. Fresh new country. This is America's favorite music. This is the all-new Buzz 101.
This is what you'll hear inside 102 minutes of back-in-the-day throwbacks and today's jams. Turn your Spreaker up. It's 102 minutes of throwbacks and jams. The all-new Jams 102 makes you move.
It's your conversation. Get on your soapbox and tell us what you think. This is the Soapbox Talk Channel 104.
And I am Uncle Rich, along with Taylor, getting ready to close out the show today. The Olympics, they're over. Haven't heard anything else tonight. Well, it's already over because it's 10 or 12 hours ahead of us in Sochi. So right now it's 2:55. Unless they're throwing one heck of a closing party, it's over. But of course we'll see the closing ceremonies tonight on NBC. Nothing yet in terms of, we had all the terrorism threats prior to the Olympics. Nothing so far, but it alarms me, this closing ceremony and what might be going on afterwards, as they probably begin to shut down security around the event.
I guess that means so far that Vladimir has done a good job of keeping the terrorists out. He hasn't done a good job of welcoming tourists.
No. I mean, if you don't like gay people, move to Russia, right? Seriously. Yeah. There you go. But I'm glad.
You're down the show, Buckland.
That bitch. Joe, where did you come from? Where have you been? Never mind. That bitch. Anyway, so, nice to see you around here, Joe. But anyway, Mexican, also in Mexico last night, they arrested this, I'm trying to look up his name. He was El Campo or something like that is his name, and he has been a huge part of the violence down south of the border for many, many years. He's a huge drug lord. Got arrested last night. Was arrested back in 2006 and managed to escape. This time because he's charged with federal laws in the United States and with laws in Mexico. They're hoping to get an extradition for him really quickly back to the United States because there's so many people behind this guy. Somebody's going to blow up a prison and get him out. I mean, so the state hope is that they get him up in a plane and what was I trying to say?
Get him up in a plane?
Yeah, get him up in a plane, get him to the States. That's
we have a plane.
Extradition. Yeah. Sneed has a duct tape plane, and starting tomorrow, he has the duct tape helicopter. That's That's a whole new thing on the show. Well, that'll be interesting. But
Actually, Tuesday.
hopefully they'll get him. Hopefully they'll get him out of Mexico and into the States, so we can try him, because drug epidemic in this country is sickening. By the way, if you live in the Atlanta neighborhood, this morning I saw something that the city of Buckhead, or neighborhood of Buckhead, which is in Atlanta, kind of a prominent, nice area from what I understand, says no to Bieber. After he got big with his videos, he first moved to Atlanta, which I think is where Usher is at. Then he moved to LA. Yeah. And so I guess this is the neighborhood he lived in. They say they don't want him back around there. So that's very interesting. Speaking of flames and drugs, the episode a few weeks ago in New Jersey when Customs went on board and smelled marijuana. Pretty scary. They don't want him there, so look out, Biebs. Anyway, that is the show for today. We will see you tomorrow. Any final notes?
Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow for a very special Big Music Monday.
Yes, it's something new that we're doing, and he'll have a world premiere from John Pardee tomorrow at, what time, 7:50? Is that it, or 6:50? You know what time you're going to do that, Tay?
Yes, 6:50.
6:50.
No, 5:50.
5:50. Okay. World premiere, John Pardee, tomorrow on Buzz 101. I'll see you on Jams 102 here later today, and have a great day.
Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., the River 103 Morning Show with a River 103 premiere, brand new from YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to hear it. It's all coming up this week on the Gizmo Media Stations. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.